Now, from the Action 4 studios, Sports Director Clay Williams and Joe Bowling bring you the best in Valley High School football from the week past and for the week ahead. Highlights, analysis, and predictions from all across the Valley. It's time for Sunday Sports Extra.
Hello and welcome to Sunday Sports Extra as we hit the home stretch of the Valley High School football regular season. That's right, over halfway done. Week 5 is behind us. Week 6 is ahead of us, and we're going to talk about everything that's come before and still to come. Along with Joe Bowling, Action 4 sports reporter, we've got our special guest, Armando Garza of the Valley Morning Star and RGVsports.com. Armando, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Clay.
Well, we're going to get to Armando's beat, which is sub 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A TAPS. We're going to talk about all those teams here in a little bit as they get ready for their district to begin. But before we do that, let's talk about a big game in District 32 4A that happened just last Friday night. Mission, Ed Couch-Elsa, they were both winners in week 1 of district play. Now is the time to see who would stand alone atop District 32 4A. And early on, it was Mission getting it done. Juan Rios has been quite a find for Mission's offense this year and getting a big touchdown there. It turns out that Ed Couch-Elsa gave up the ball a couple of times in their own red zone, and that gave Mission an easy chance to get some scores. Only 200 yards or so of total offense in this one, and yet Mission comes away with a big 41-point win on this one, 41-20 over Ed Couch-Elsa. Now, here are your 32 4A standings as we speak. It is Mission on top, 2-0, 5-0 overall. Mercedes is now 2-0 as well. So it looks like Mission and Mercedes is going to be a big game when that one comes down the line. Roma, Ed Couch-Elsa, Mission Veterans, and Rio Grande City all coming in at 1-1. But let's talk about this Mission team and what they're able to do. The only undefeated team in 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A, all the way down in the Valley. And Armando, it seems I can't tell. Is it Gary Lauer, the new offensive coordinator for the Eagles, getting to go, or is it just that Mission defense causing turnovers in teams' own red zone that gives them easy scores? Which is it?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, I mean, with Mario Pena, you always know you're going to have a solid defense. The question has always been the offense, and when he has an established offensive coordinator like Gary Lauer, you think good things are going to happen. You know, every time he's had a good offensive coordinator, he has success, and that looks like what's going on in Mission. You know, they have athletes, they've always had athletes, and now with that guidance, I mean, you got equality, I guess, on both sides of the ball.
And the quarterback for Mission, Juan Rios, they call him Johnny Rivers over in Mission, Joe. So it looks like he's leading the way on that Mission team right now.
Well, he is. He's taking advantage of what the defense is doing for him. And I got to see him last week when they won that big game over there with a couple of unbeatens at that time. And then I made the statement that, you know, when they take on Ed Couch-Elsa, what can that defense do against an offense that has proven they can put some points on the board? Well, fact proven, Mission's defense is for real. They're going to keep winning football games. And yeah, quarterback, benefactor if he gets to start drives in the other team's red zone. Yeah, you look real good then.
Yeah, absolutely. Now coming up for Mission this week, it's a game in Stark County as they take on the Roma Gladiators, who came away with a last-second win this past week in the Stark County Super Bowl against Rio Grande City. That's Orly Solis right there. He's the top running back in that district. Armando, your thoughts on Mission and Roma, and who do you think is going to win this one?
I like Roma. They're better. They've improved. This might be the year they get to the playoffs. That said, I think Mission's on too much of a roll. I got to go Mission.
All right, Mission and Roma. That's one for Mission, Joe.
Hey, too much Mission defense. I'm really a believer in that Mission defense. Mission all the way.
Yeah, if Rio Grande City can hold Roma to just 17 points, then Mission can probably do even better. I'll go with the Eagles on this one. But once, like you said, Armando, I think this is the year the Gladiators make the playoffs. Meanwhile, going from defense to offense, how about the offense that Mission Veterans put up this past week against Valley View? Santos Villarreal, almost 400 yards passing. The Patriots' aerial attack seems to be closing in on where they want to be. Coach David Gilpin likes his team where they're at, and now they are in the running to come back from last year's tough district record to maybe get something done. Armando, is this the year Mission Veterans comes back, and it looks like they're a team built for the future? Santos Villarreal, just a sophomore.
Yeah, I mean, earlier in the year, he had a big game against Zapata, and people were a little skeptical. All right, well, let's see what he does later in district. He's done it again, so, I mean, they're on the way up for sure.
Your thoughts on the Patriots and what they're able to do so far?
Well, I think they took the script from what Mission did to Valley View the week before and said, hey, with the wind at their back, they were able to throw the ball deep, and they went, aired it out, and they're looking good. I like how they look.
Well, now that being said, Mission Veterans is going to have their toughest test. I mean, they're going to be taking on Ed Couch-Elsa, and this one's at the Black Hole. Ed Couch-Elsa upset about their loss this past week, and now looking to get back on top of the district. Armando, your thoughts? Ed Couch-Elsa thought to have the best defensive backfield in 4A. Are they going to be able to stop Santos Villarreal in that Patriots offense?
I'm going to borrow from Dan Patrick here and say they can't stop them. They can only hope to contain them.
Okay.
But that said, Ed Couch at home looking for the bounce back. I got to go with the Jackets.
All right, there's one for the Jackets. Your thoughts on Mission Veterans at Ed Couch-Elsa, Joe?
Angry Hornets, probably new quarterback Hornets. Ed Couch-Elsa wins.
All right, you're saying there you think that Eric Morales goes in this week for Noe Gonzalez. Morales did play last week against Mission. I'm going to go with Ed Couch-Elsa. It's too much to bet against the Yellow Jackets at Benny Layton Stadium, so we'll make it 3 for 3 for EE. We are coming right back on Sunday Sports Extra. We're going to glean some knowledge from Armando Garza on 3A, 2A, 1A, all the small teams that are getting ready to start district play this week. It's all talk about La and their 5-game win streak. And we'll talk about Hidalgo coming back with Shea Patterson ready to go and healthy. It's all next when we come back.